how did you end up at Heartlight?
A lot of fighting with my parents my freshman year.
Well, what was all the fighting about?
Man, they're just not following their rules.
I just ridiculous.
Thought I was above the rules.
Well,
did whatever I wanted.
Wow. Aiden, thanks for coming in and sitting down. Hey, tell me, catch me up a little bit. How did you end up at Heartlight?
Well, I guess it just started like a lot of fighting with my parents my freshman year.
Well,
like I've fought with them a lot, but it got really bad freshman
year.
But
what was all the fighting about?
I mean, man, they're just not following their rules. Just
were they too strict, or were they just,
in my opinion, yeah, I thought they were
stupid rules? Like what? What would be the thing you got? This is ridiculous.
Thought I was above the rules.
Well,
did whatever I wanted.
Wow. And so that was in 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't even have your license yet or anything. Mm-hmm. But it was like, I'm going to do what I want. So what would you want to, when you said I'm going to do what I want, what would you do?
Just go out and party with my friends.
Wow.
Wow. Whatever would please me.
Okay. And then they started saying, okay, we're not going to do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So 9th grade became a year that was kind of a turning point for you guys, right?
Yeah. Well, I would say more 8th grade was a turning point. And then it was good for a little bit. And then I just went downhill again.
Wow.
At the end, like halfway through my freshman year, and then I ended up coming here.
So did it surprise you when they said, we're going to do something different?
I mean, no. They told me if they drug tested me and I came back positive, they were just going to send me somewhere else. And so I knew it was coming.
And you knew that this was going to happen?
Yeah.
When you realized that, what was the feeling that went through your head?
It's almost like I was being given up on, being abandoned again.
Wow. And you say again, what do you mean?
Yeah. Well, my mom walked out when she just had enough when I was 7. So that was pretty hard.
You have a relationship with your mom now?
I do now, yeah. Like we kept in touch. I didn't really see her that much, but it was definitely really hard.
Wow. Wow. I mean, do you remember those feelings when you were 7? I mean, that's like 2nd grade.
I didn't really know what was going on at the time. I just knew my parents were getting divorced, and then recently, like probably in the past 2 years, I finally found out like most of what happened. She just had enough. She had
enough of you, or had enough of the family, or just a little bit of everything?
I think she just, I don't really know what happened, but I know she just went to live with someone else.
Yeah.
So that was really rough.
So your dad remarries?
Yes.
And you have a stepmom, and it's stepmom and him, and they're saying in 9th grade, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. Mm-hmm. You come here. What were your feelings when you got here?
Well, there's a lot of, I mean, they're reoccurring. I'm being abandoned again. Yeah. Like, no one really cares about me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in the hindsight, that's not really what happened. I mean, they do care.
But you still felt it,
Yeah,
though.
I still felt that.
So how long did it take to kind of get over that?
I mean, honestly, like, there's days I still feel that. Like, it never really goes away from me.
Really?
Yeah. But, like, I know it's not the truth.
So how do you do in relationships with people?
Honestly, they're really hard for me.
Why?
I mean,
why is that such a surprise for me? I mean, I watch you and I go, that would be a surprise. So why is it hard?
Expectations.
And that is the expectations.
I have unrealistic expectations for people. And when they get in the way, I kind of blow it out of proportion. Like with my parents, it's really hard because I expect them to, I don't know why I expect them to be perfect. But when I don't expect that out of myself, you know. Well, I do sometimes, but.
Wow.
So expectations definitely get in the way a lot.
So you think you have more expectations of them being perfect than they have of you being perfect?
I mean, I think it goes both ways, honestly. Like, we both have unrealistic expectations for each other.
Wow.
And then both of us just kind of blow it out of proportions when our expectations are not met.
Wow. Okay, so when you guys are y'all doing well in resolving some of those things?
We're working through it right now.
Yeah, so what's been the hardest thing to work through?
The past, like stuff that's like arguments I've had in the past, it's just been hard for me to let go. Not let go, but kind of like resolve conflict.
Yeah.
Like I'm not, like when I say the biggest problem with relationships for me, it's conflict. I kind of tend to just throw in the towel when there's conflict. That's a huge problem I need to work on.
Wow. And conflict is always kind of a precursor to change. Mm-hmm. You know, and you need that sometimes to kind of force the change to happen. You know, I mean, Heartlight in one sense is a big conflict. Mm-hmm. It's a conflict of what you want and what they want, and so hopefully we find a better place. Have you seen changes in your parents?
A little bit, I wouldn't say a lot.
Yeah. Seen changes in you?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I said this a couple of weeks ago in a group meeting, and I was talking to everybody and telling them about expectations that they have of their parents. And I told them this, that your parents will never fulfill your expectations because God didn't design you that way, regardless of where everybody is spiritually. God designed you to have some other person, fulfill those expectations. The person that you want to spend your life with and be married to and have kids with, and that person will meet your expectations. But your parents won't, because if they did, it would be really weird. I mean, you'd be kissing on them and all that stuff, and that's just really weird. I mean, it's just, but I mean, somebody that you'll be passionate about one day, they will. But we get this idea that we're supposed to do that with that our parents are supposed to meet those needs. There's no way. They're not designed to do that. And so they kind of mess up. And so the challenge is, then how do I keep that from affecting me and controlling me in a way? And so it creates that world of needing to become, responsible for your own actions and stuff like that. Have you seen changes happening in your life, though?
Yeah, I think I've definitely dealt with a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff was brought out that I hadn't really seen in me before.
Like what?
Like acting out for attention because I couldn't get it from anyone else. I didn't think I could get it from my parents.
Wow.
Just seeking attention. I kind of noticed
Is that acting out as a coping mechanism, or a spoiled little brat that throws fits?
I think more of a little bit of both sometimes.
Yeah.
But for sure. But
that's good for you to realize. I mean, because you go, wait a minute, I can't be doing this.
Yeah.
Because you sure don't want to be stuck back at 7 years old.
Yeah.
By something traumatic that happened when your mom left. People get stuck at those times, and you don't want to be stuck so that you can't grow through that. What else? What else have you?
Depression, anxiety. Like, I wouldn't say resolved, but just learning how to deal with it.
Do you still fight it sometimes?
Yeah. So mainly depression, not anxiety so much anymore.
That's a surprise to me.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a med change or what, but it gets bad every now and then, but it's not as frequent as it used to be. But you feel it sometimes. Okay, so the greatest change that you've probably seen in your life would be what? I learned here what a true friend is.
Oh, wow.
I had close friends at home, but before when I came here, I found out what a real friend is. Wow. And how they should treat you.
Wow. Well, it gives you a taste of something that's different, and in hopes that you can go be that and find that in other people when you get home. And so that'd be a neat deal. Well, I tell you what, I think you're a good friend to a lot of people here, because I hear nothing but great things about you. I don't hear negative stuff. He's such a jerk. He throws fits. He's such a moron. I don't hear any of that stuff. And I hear that about a lot of people. And but everybody loves you to death. And it's just, I'd love you coming in and sharing. I say that because I'd tell you if you're ugly. I'd tell you if you're rotten and miserable and all that. But you're not. You're a good man, and I'm proud of you. I know your parents have got to be proud of you, and I know that all the staff here are so proud of you as well.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming in and sharing with us. It's been good. Thanks.
Thank you.
You bet.